Well, we had the controversy from one of the Canadian Adam from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. His trip to Chicago for the all in or the all out, whichever one they had there, he was actually asked how he wanted his burger cooked by the hotel restaurant, and he was flabbergasted about that, and he didn't know what to say. And he said, like you always do, and he got a medium burger from a hotel restaurant, which is, as we mentioned, probably the most average request from people. I want it right in the middle. Not too done, not too rare, just right in the middle. Little pink, just so you can see it. And he was just flabbergasted by this. And they don't even ask him that they're burger Nazis in Canada. They don't even ask you. They just give you what they want you to have. And that's the perception we got from that, right?
That's a perception you got from that.
Well, what kind of perception?
Burger Nazis. I wouldn't call them burger Nazis.
They're just, here, we're going to fry this into a goddamn hockey puck. It'll be so dry, you got to eat it in the rain.
Well, they're trying to do it to protect their people.
What people can need to be protected? How fucking weak and insignificant and flaccid do you have to need to be protected from a little bit of about 1 ounce of little pinkish hamburger meat in the middle of a juicy, succulent burger?
I'm sure someone in India is thinking, I don't understand why these Americans come over here and get so sick. We eat this stuff all the time. The Canadian stomach may not be used to that sort of
Well, the Canadians need to fucking do some sit-ups, work on their fucking stomachs then.
That's not what I mean.
We're not talking about going to India and eating the fucking raw effluvia from a fucking shuttle straight from the goddamn toilets of 1,000 pharaohs. We're talking about a goddamn medium burger. But I got another email from these crackpots up north. These burger pansies.
You see the way he talks about a place he knows he'll never go back to?
I'm never going. Well, not if I can't get a decent burger. If I'm needing to use the burger to fill the holes in the soles of my shoes, I don't want to go there anyway. But this is from Thomas, and I won't read his last name, and he claims to be from an undisclosed city in Ontario, Canada. He doesn't want the official government burger police coming down on his ass at home. They'll knock your door down up there, I hear.
That's every
city
in Ontario, an undisclosed city in Ontario.
Well, they'll knock your door down up there. The burger police will, with a battering ram made out of well-done burger patties.
They use the patties themselves to...
Yes, knock your door right down and confiscate you if you dare to serve a juicy, tasty burger. But Thomas says, "Hi, Jim. Hope everyone is doing well. The Canadians, they're so polite. You recently read an email from Adam from Edmonton, his trip to Chicago, medium burger. What Adam is saying is correct. In Canada, we have stricter guidelines and are more regulated for food safety, especially in the areas of meat and dairy. So they're very official about more regulated. They're not the land of the free and the home of the rare up there." He goes on, the info I've included for you is from the Canadian government. Hamburger patties info is at the bottom. I've attached a link for your reference as well to the official site of Canada.ca. I guess that's for Canada. Canada.ca/services, health, publications, food, nutrition, infographics, safe internal temperatures, hitable is what the link was. But the highlights of it are they've got the temperatures for all the meat, poultry, fish, and seafood that you're going to cook to exactly how you got to cook it to get it legal up there before you can give it to somebody. And what I'm seeing is basically that they cook their, whether it be chicken, shellfish, pork, and ground meat and mixtures, which includes burgers, sausages, and meatballs, whether it be beef, veal, lamb, pork, any kind of ground stuff, between 165 and 180 degrees up there. And you got to check it with a digital food thermometer to get it just right. Now, you can get away with the beef, veal, and the lamb. The lowest temperature they allow is medium rare. That's 145. So if you want a steak, anything less than medium rare, fuck you, you're going to jail.
What's less than medium rare? Just rare?
Rare. That's illegal. That's not on the list here. So if you order a rare steak, apparently a bunch of people dressed up like Mayor McCheese and the Hamburglar are going to come down on you, put you in handcuffs, drag you away from the table.
That's if you order one. Nothing prohibits you from cooking one in your own home.
Well, you know the people, they're in your walls, Brian. This is government.
Who's in the wall? The chef?
It sounds like you never know who the Canadians are putting in your walls. We know we've got the fucking internet service providers. They could have the burger police. And mechanically tenderized beef, you have to cook to 145 degrees. I'm not sure what that is. And you got to turn the steak over at least twice during cooking instead of once, one side and then the other side.
Who made these rules?
The Canadian, by God, government.
But is there like a culinary expert for the country?
It doesn't.
Here's our expert M-roll.
No, it doesn't say what it's going to taste like by the time they get finished with it. It's just this is what they've got to do to it before they can give it to you. So,
are they known for seasoning their meats differently / better than here? To make up for the taste?
Okay, how many Canadian seasonings and Canadian barbecue dry rubs do you see on the shelves of your local grocery store?
I think I've seen
Montreal, Canada.
Montreal steak rub, I think.
Montreal steak rub.
Or something.
Maybe that's if they have to rub it with something from the streets of Montreal to get it to have some fucking taste after they finish fucking incinerating it into a brick of charcoal.
Well, who doesn't love the streets of Montreal?
The streets of Philadelphia were more tuneful, but the streets of Montreal have better steak seasoning.
Better women.
And it doesn't, don't be sexist. The men could be better on the streets of Philadelphia also. We don't know. We haven't been to Philadelphia lately.
I wasn't being sexist. I wasn't excluding the men. I was focusing on the better looking women in Montreal.
Or Philadelphia.
No,
which is it now?
Montreal has better looking women.
Well, see, once again, then who? Then where?
Then Philadelphia. You're the one who brought Philadelphia into the conversation.
Now you're being sexist against the women of Philadelphia, saying that you're being ugliest.
I'm not saying they're ugly. I'm saying
facially disabledest.
I'm saying if you blindfolded me and said you can go to Philadelphia or Montreal and have fun with a bunch of women, and Suzanne won't know anything about any of this, I'm going to Montreal.
Well, I'm telling her.
It's not going to happen.
Well, you just made your plans right here on the goddamn air.
I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't reveal what I would do, but I wouldn't do it to begin with.
Oh, so isn't that like O.J. Simpson, if I did it? No, I'm not going to do this, but this is exactly what I would do if I could get away with it. So as soon as I figure out a way to get away with it, this is what I'm going to do.
It's not like if I did it. It's like I didn't do anything.
Wasn't even there. It was Owen.